so much.
Recording. I'm singing. It is 8:01. It is, what is the date? It's the 30th.
The 30th.
Game Changers. Sunday night. We are game changing, my girls. Game changing. So tonight, actually, Katie has a little bit of things to share, and Cece has a little bit of things to share. And we're going to start there, okay? Sound good? Okay. Katie Sikorsky, you are on.
Hello. So something that, well, we've been neglecting to talk about has been the Mary Kay Foundation. And I'm going to get into a whole bunch more tomorrow during our regular Monday Celebrate and Connect. But what I wanted to talk about is how I ended up here with all of you, which is, it was the Mary Kay Foundation. That was kind of the last thing that when I talked to Lisa, I was like, yeah, okay, I can do this. And, you know, having a discussion before this meeting about what I'm talking about tomorrow, and we realized that it probably was my empath that made me excited to be able to become an ambassador of the Mary Kay Foundation. So it doesn't always treat me badly. Sometimes it does a lot of good, and I have experienced several of the things that the Mary Kay Foundation advocates for. So I know how it feels, and I know that people in those situations need someone to kind of look for them, pull them out of dark places, remind them of facts and figures. And it can be tricky for me to keep the empath in the balcony, because it's always tricky for me, because it's feelings and emotions, and I can go really far in either direction really quick. But it makes me feel good, and it's cathartic and healing for me, which I need as an empath. So it's kind of like this circle. I need it, it needs me. And I'm really hoping that tomorrow I can talk more about how you guys could all become ambassadors if you wanted to.
Love it. So before Katie even knew, well, Katie, you did know you had empath tendencies before doing Strength Finders, right?
Yeah, but I had no idea like how much it kind of rules my world.
It is number 1, right?
No, it's not, but it's in the top 5.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah. So those of you that are going to tune in on the replay, you're going to have to hurry up and catch up, because Katie's going to talk about the Mary Kay Foundation on Monday night, August 31st at 7 p.m. Celebrate and Connect virtually. There's a little micro impression there for you. All right. Thank you, Katie Sikorsky. Did you like that? Like that? All right. Cece Lynn Schuber, take her away.
That's what they call me. Okay, so I had a couple of thoughts that I wanted to reiterate from my Boxer message last Tuesday. And it is in regards to verbiage. Yay, you know me, queen of verbiage. And how to distinguish between a couple of different words that we're hearing often. So I would like, if you guys have the capability, to please write down 3 words and give a little space in between each. The 3 words you're going to write down with a couple lines in between are climate, space, space, season, space, space, environment. Climate, season, environment. Now, I'm going to read you a couple of definitions that I just literally Googled, first thing that came up. And what I'd like you to do is write down what you hear from each definition. So you might hear something different than the person next to you. But I'd like you to write down what you hear when I describe these 3 things, okay? Climate. the prevailing trend of public opinion or of another aspect of public life. Climate, the prevailing trend of public opinion or of another aspect of public life. Got it? Looking for some headbounds, okay? Season. Besides the obvious, I went with the next one, which was a proper or suitable time. Season, a proper or suitable time. Okay? Okay. Environment, the surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. The surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. I've included a second definition of this one because I think it's going to rock your world. The natural world as a whole or in a particular geographical area, especially as affected by human activity. The natural world as a whole or in a particular geographical area, especially affected by human activity.
Wow.
So, I've been thinking about the difference between these two words and how, in my own personal opinion, the word climate and season denotes change, right? Climates change, seasons change, you know, that's a thing, right? So even if you're in a particular climate of something, it is likely that it will change just based on where you are physically on the globe. As we know, it's a trend of public opinion or another aspect of public life. The word trend is change, right? So then the word environment. We hear about like nature, nurture, you know, your own work environment, a healthy work environment, a healthy environment for the environment, right? You know, so there's so many different little pieces to that, but they're very clearly different. Climate season, climate/season, and environment, very clearly different. So the reason I brought that out and the specific definitions is that so you guys can make your own assumptions or conclusions about what you want your environment to be. So whether that is, please hold. Yes, environments are created and affected by human activity. Created and affected. So environment, the natural world as a whole, blah, 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 especially as affected by human activity. So it's literally putting human activity as to why an environment is the way it is. Oh, so what kind of human activity are you creating in your environment? Right? Are you proud of that? Are you proud of that? Or maybe I should ask, what kind of human activity are you allowing in your environment? Woof, as Kelsey, my best friend, would say. So this could be home office, work office, etc. Maybe it's someone you spend a lot of time with. So things like that. Learn the differences, going back to my mom's Voxer message, guard your heart and your environment. That's all.
Wow.
And if we do have time, Mom, I would love to hear like what words you guys pulled out of each definition if you just want to shout some out.
Well, yeah, we're unpacking this. We are unpacking this.
Yes. So please do
Gallery
share.
view.
What did you guys hear when I said climate?
I don't know if Maggie and Andrea are raising their hands or if they're clapping. I guess that's a clap. Is that a clap when you go like that?
Could be either way.
Okay. It's a thumbs up saying and a thumbs up saying that that was a clap. Okay, from both of them. Okay. I'm assuming that's what it meant. Okay. Yeah. Who wants to stay with the, yeah, Katie.
So I heard prevailing trend of public opinion. So that seems very determined on a whole bunch of things that you don't have any control over. Season, I got proper time. Environment, yeah, conditions in which a person lives, because that can mean all of those things.
Right. Yeah, it's all encompassing for sure. Awesome. Jenny, you kind of seconded her. Did you have any additions?
Not really. They were all pretty much right on par with what I had written down.
Awesome. And Dawn?
Wait, 1 second real quick, Dawn. Jenny and Katie, do you share any of the same top 10?
Oh,
I think they do.
I know we both have empath in our top 5. And I have harmony for my first one.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yep. I love
Interesting.
It. Okay, Dory, Dawn, then Dory.
So for climate, public really popped out.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to write down as much as actually what you were saying. That's the detailed part of me.
Yes.
But the public opinion, the public life, for season, the suitable time, trends, that just that small tidbit, and environment, it really is the surroundings, the conditions, and affected by human activity.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Dawn. Love it. Detail girl writing it all down. That's awesome.
Mom.
Rick?
Did you say mom?
I did.
Okay. Hi,
It
Mom.
was me saying it to you, not her saying it to me.
Yeah, okay. I got it now. All right. Nice lip gloss. Okay, so climate, first thing that comes to mind is always, you think of tropics, you think of frigid, you think of Midwest. And of course, having the prevailing trend of public opinion is kind of a good take on what climate is being referred to as, and that it will change. Climates in the world are pretty much stuck where they are. They don't go anywhere. They might vary somewhat in what the traditions are, but yeah, or history, I should say. And then season, again, you think of, oh, holiday season, okay, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, all those fun words. But it's really a proper or suitable time. And again, those things will change. It may not be the right time again.
Mm-hmm.
Or it may be the right time, finally, which we've seen. And then the environment, the surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives. Again, that part where it's nature versus nurture, we've seen the effects of how people are raised and how they react to certain circumstances. Not to name any names, but my sister and I are completely opposite. And we were raised exactly the same way. We had the same discipline, we had the same punishment, we had the same rewards, and yet we're different. We're completely different. And it's just how we are.
Yeah.
And because they're both adopted and they're also not natural siblings, they are proof of nurture versus nature.
Truly.
I love that. I love using them as an example. I love that you said that, Mom. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt if I did.
I think that's what I needed to say. So thank you.
Cece, what else?
I just need to point out quick that I know identical twins that were raised with their parents and they are total opposites.
Mm-hmm.
My friend is awesome. His brother, well, he's not.
Crazy. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's a lot of, I'm sure there's a lot of science behind all that too, but Yeah, no, I just really want to challenge you guys on that, and something that I think it comes back to too with I've been doing some really great weekly strength training with several of the Rise Women girls, and something that a question that came to my mind was, does your external self correctly reflect the internal self? So one of our Rise Women was having kind of an internal battle of who she was portraying. And not that it was a different person, but that all is honky-dory on the outside, and on the inside, there was a little bit more going on. And she wanted to be able to healthfully work through that, right? And a lot of it had to do with her environment that she's now leaving. So isn't that interesting? So are you externally the same person as you are internally? Is there something that you need help with that you're not asking about? Is there something you need to change about your environment that you're not asking about? So just those different things that I think all comes back to awareness. And the more that we learn about our strengths, definitely the better. I would love, Mom, if you mentioned the videos that you sent us. I think that would be, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Cece and I talked briefly in advance prior to this evening about what she was going to share. And it's so good. And what I would like to add is, you know how Mary Kay says, our scientist, Dr. Lucy Gilday, says, we run our company on science, not public opinion, not popular opinion. Science-based facts, science, facts, not popular public opinion. Because, right, there could be a very loud, like there is right now, a very loud, small group of people making it appear that it is a lot of people, when indeed loud people are often a small group of people. Now, sometimes that's good and bad. That could go either way, right? That loud people can be a small group. It can be positive. It can be negative. It can be on the way to positive. It can be on the way to negative, whatever. That's just, it has to start small. It starts small. It has to start somewhere, right? So I love that our company is based on science, and we say that we're not based on popular opinion, which will change tomorrow. Something will be different tomorrow, right? Then, drink water today, but tomorrow don't drink water. And coffee's good for you, but it's not good for you. And then,
right.
All of that. Yeah, so what I wanted to share briefly now, it is not on my screen anymore, but I can still send it to you guys. So, you know how we talk about, there's the 4 domains of your strengths. So you usually, when you plop in your top 34, they're going to come into one of 4 domains: relationship, strategy, influence,
and
executing.
Yeah.
So there's 4 different domains. When you figure out what all 34 of yours are going into, what domain they're going into, that helps you understand yourself also better. So I lead from influence. Super surprised. I know all of you are. So I lead from influence. So then that just gives me another level of knowing that, oh, that's how I lead. Okay, cool. So what this particular video was just saying very quickly, and I can send it to you guys. Can you put links in YouTube videos? So when I record this tonight.
Oh, you probably couldn't put it in the comments, but I don't know if it would actually link. We probably have to copy it, I guess. I don't know.
All right, well, I'll figure it out. I want to put it in there. Because what this particular video was also saying is that when a team knows what their dominant places of leadership are, okay, it doesn't matter if we have people in all 4 areas, okay, executing, influence, relationship. What's it?
And
Okay, whoever's watching this back is going to be like, you just said it.
Strategic thinking.
Thank you. Strategic. Okay. Yes, thank you. Okay, so who is that, Dawn? Okay.
Yes.
When you know what the team is leading from, okay, so Courageous Cadillac Mac people, Gracie Elney people, Schubert people, it doesn't matter if we have more people in this one or if everyone's in this one or whatever. It just matters. The understanding is all that matters. So then you might see why a unit goes this particular direction, or why this unit seems to have a lot of powerful direct people, or why this one seems to lead more quietly with thinking like Heidi Gelzer, okay? Leads with influence, okay? Leads with influence and has a lot of people similar to her. A lot of people similar to her, except her two sisters, now that I think about it. That's just a whole fascinating thing. But then they understand where they're coming from. So we have a lot of relationship people in the MAC unit, which doesn't that all make sense? Right? So it doesn't matter which one of the four you come in, it does not matter. And if you lead a certain different way. So actually, I'm leading with influence. I think Cece and Andrea lead with relationship. I'm pretty sure.
Influence is close second, though.
Okay, and mine second is strategy. And Andrea, I believe you're in relationship as well. You'll have to confirm that for me. But what's cool about that is, so we know that about each other. So we know that we have that going for us. And, you know, again, the idea with learning more about our talents and our themes through Strength Finders is not to point out differences. It's to embrace the differences, because we really are infinitely better together. And we do need all the different ones. So if I come up with a quick idea, this happens, team, I will give an idea to Andrea and Cece. I will do a quick thought because I can. That's a strength. I'll do a quick thought. I'll say why I came up with it, and I'll ask both of them their thoughts after that. So they know what my thought was. They know where my thought process was when I came up with my thought. And then I ask them both what their thought is around what I just said. And then they give me their thoughts, and they're always different than my own. And it is always great. And the collaboration is always fabulous. Really. And even as similar as my daughter and I are in, and my mother and I actually, in like what we wear, how we act, that you just did that as I was going to do that.
Yep.
Mannerisms, all of that. All three of us are very similar in that respect, but how we conduct our daily lives and how we live is different. So it's interesting to learn from my daughter as another leader in Courage Nation, because when she's talking to me, I'm not thinking she's my kid. I'm thinking this is individualization over here, who works on a daily basis completely different than I do. And I learn so much from that. And it's great that now we have you, Cece, for that, because Andrea and I could only bounce off of each other before. And Andrea and I are really good at doing that because we understand each other very well. But we still then only had two. You know, you can't be round with two, right? You got to be round. You got to be well-rounded. We need more than two. Two is just an arrow or a line. Start. It's just two. Now we got a triangle with three.
Oh, we can all massage each other's backs now.
Yes. Yes, we can. And then we get this bigger, building this national area. It's going to be a circle. It's going to be even more brilliant. Okay. It is 8:28. Does anyone have any closing thoughts on what I just shared? Mom.
I see you, the two of you, and now the three of you as, well, you're all my kids, so, but I see you as sisters working the whole program together. I see so many ideas that I know you came up with, but others that I know you never would have. And it's, you know, as a fan of all of you, it's really kind of fun to watch, and it's very interesting to see the interaction, and somebody will open a meeting and how somebody else doesn't open it that way at all, and you're all going, oh, what you gonna say next, you know? And it's, to me, I see this, I have the privilege of knowing you very closely as family, obviously, but also to be able to sit back as a very, and it's actually impartial, believe it or not, an impartial observer, because sometimes things that are said kind of rub me the wrong way. So now I have to be completely impartial to see if that's a good idea or a bad idea, or if we're really doing this because it's a good idea, or if we're really doing this just because we don't know what else to do. And I feel that there is a circle coming, well-rounded circle coming, even though it's got points right now. So I do see, and it's really exciting to be part of this from the beginning and watch it grow. So thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for saying yes.
Sure.
Number 14 in
That was so
Mary
cool.
Kay National Area.
Woo! Oh, my crown. I should crown.
That was so great. I'm like, oh yeah, we were supposed to know that the night we were dancing in my backyard. We would have known that.
Yeah, would have been nice. We
Yeah.
knew top 20. That's all we knew.
That's all we knew, and we knew 19. Oh my gosh, for
Emerald.
Emerald. So I'm like, when I watched today, I'm like, well, she's got to be up there. She's got to be way past 19, because
Yes,
19
always.
nationally, she's got to be higher than that in Emerald. So congratulations, Queen.
Thank you.
Yes, ever the class act. Ever the class act.
Thank
All
you
right.
so
Well,
much.
you're welcome. All right. It is 8:30. So let's wrap it up. And I'm going to figure out how to just very quickly attach, if I can. When I record this video and I do it on YouTube, sometimes it says, do you want to add this, that, or the other thing? I'm going to see if I can add the link. I can't add it in comments on YouTube because I have comments turned off, so we don't get any weirdos saying anything to us. I don't want weirdos. Okay, so again, thank you so much for your time tonight, ladies. I am thinking, tell me what you think of this, because you guys took your time to be on. I'm thinking about skipping Sunday the 6th because it's Labor Day weekend, but then I'm also thinking about having Monday night virtual on Monday the 7th on Labor Day, because people are home and they might not have gone out of town and they might be available. Fortman is thumbs up on that. Then I thought, well, who cares? If you're available, you are, and if you're not, you're not, and we'll record it. I'll be home. How's that sound? Whoever can be on, would love to have them. But then let's just skip Game Changers for the Sunday then, because technically it is the weekend, and you know, maybe people have plans. I know sometimes we have a party on Sunday. So, okay, we're not. I don't know. But whatever, that doesn't matter. Okay, I'll stop rambling. Okay. You guys are the best. All right, so those watching back, no Game Changers on the 6th, and Monday night the 7th for virtual Celebrate and Connect. And then our goal, just FYI, is to be back in real life 3 following Mondays in September after that. That's the goal. We'll keep you posted on who's willing to host these beautiful Mary Kay women with their Mary Kay masks. Because we rockin'. We're rocking in our Mary Kay masks. All right. Love you, gals.